Hey everyone, it's a different setting and background because I'm filming this in between Microsoft Teams lessons with school, which has gone interestingly. I'm still stressed, but that's fine. It's part of it. But I thought I should do another one of those mini wrap-up videos. This one's going to be very short. I just thought I'll let you know what I've been reading so far this year, because I think I'm going to do a 24-hour readathon on Sunday this weekend, so I don't know, I might vlog it. If so, I'll be talking about different books to the ones that I'm mentioning in this video. But anyways, without much ado, here are some of the books that I've been reading. Of course, I'm not including the Penguin Little Black Classics, if you want to know where I'm up to in that. I've just finished the 22nd one of those books. Anyways, here are the proper books that I've been reading. First one on this list, I can't remember whether I finished this like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, but it's This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. I may have mentioned it in my previous video, I can't remember. I think it was something. It wasn't in my previous wrap-up, but it was in a previous video. And I gave it a 6 out of 7. It's really good. It's a non-fiction autobiography based on the life of a junior doctor, and I thought it was really interesting, and I liked the way that the story was told. Next, we have a really thick, chunky book, which was The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, and I really liked it. I thought it was a great book, but since I feel like I think I kind of rushed through it to try and finish it, so I'm giving it a 5 out of 7. I am going to reread it at some point, because I'm hoping to in future continue with that series, because it was good. I just don't think I took it in that intensely, if that makes sense. Next one here is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, which I also gave 5 out of 7. This is the highest I've rated a book that I've perceived to be somewhat possibly traumatic for the reader, because the way it's dealt with is so careful and it's just really well done. So I have to give it to the author for that, because I really enjoyed it in spite of going through all of those turmoil, emotion-y things, because if you know me, you know that I'm crazy empathetic, and yeah, sometimes some books are a little bit traumatic. I forgot to actually mention what that book's about. It's about a woman who reflects on her time as a student when she was somewhat groomed into a relationship with her teacher. This next book, I gave a 7 out of 7 because I loved it, and honestly, I need to read more of this author's stuff. This book was Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, because I tend to like Neil Gaiman stuff, and it was recommended reading as sort of research into different pagan mythologies, to look into the kind of things that I want to follow and see what sort of options there are, because I'm quite eclectic, so that involves a lot of research. So it was both for the spiritual research side of things and the I'm a book nerd kind of thing, and I loved it. It was really good, and I feel like I know a lot more about specific stories within that pantheon now, And I feel like I'm a lot more well versed, and the way that the story was told was really entertaining as well. So Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, 7 out of 7. Next one here is A Study in Scarlet by Arthur Conan Doyle, which, as you probably know, if you are a book nerd, is the first novel within the Sherlock Holmes series. And for some reason, I've read some of the other books, but not the first one. So I gave it a 6 out of 7. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I also reread The Sign of the Four, but I don't think I really need to mention that because I think I've mentioned that book several times before. That's a 7 out of 7 for me. I love that book. But next on here we have The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 7 out of 7 because it was gorgeous. Like, the writing style, it's just stunning. It's very, I just love it. And it's sort of dark fairy tale sort of thing, which was really interesting and I loved it. And I have one more book on this list, which is probably like not as interesting for the book people on here, but I found it interesting because it was for my own research, which was The House Witch by Anne Murphy Hiscock, and I really enjoyed it. It was really informative, and I'll be sure to use some of those things when I move out and have my own home at some point in the future. I was about to say when I'm an adult, but then the scary thought hit me that I am apparently an adult. Yeah, I gave that book a 6 out of 7. So, there you have it. There are a bunch of books that I have been reading so far this year, and I'll probably catch you up on some other reading stuff at some point soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you again for a future video. Bye.